Hey everyone, I got a question for you. Do you think you agree with this? I'm gonna say that I don't like the way leader skills have been formatted. I think we should be moving past 170% baseline. First off, do you agree? When we take a look at this, a team like this, where we have Future Saga, Fused Fighters, Bond Parent Child, Final Trump Card, this is a very strong combo. The units you're going to run and the units that are good right now all fit under this leader skill. Vegeta and Trunks fit under the Bond of Parent Child. Every Gogeta, every Vegito, Kefla and Gotenks too, Super Saiyan 3, they fit under Final Trump Card Fused Fighters. If we just take a look at the category, right? Fused Fighter, Fused Fire, Fused Fighter. Like these two, they've kind of fallen off a little bit just because, things aren't exactly so hot in the GDC meta. Super Saiyan 4s, yeah. We've got Gotenks here as well. The Hybros, because they're also fusion. Bond of Parent Child. You got Gold Jita here. You got the gods here as well. Fusion Zamasu. When this guy was boosted, he was there. These two, they dodge or die, but like they can be good. Tech Kefla, they get cut up turn 1, but they can be good. In Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and we just keep going. Physical Vegito Blue is here. We have this guy, we have AGO Rose, who isn't Final Trump Card, but he is under their leader skill. But that's more for like that's the extreme side, right? That's the extreme side. But like you look at this, the units you're going to be running with them are always going to fit under this anyway, or mostly going to fit under this. So it's not that big of a deal. But my problem is the 170% baseline that they set that we haven't gone past. We've gone past in the total. We've gone from, 170% to 200. Now we're at 220 in total. So 170 plus 50, then 200% HP. I like what they've done with the HP, but I don't think I like the way they formatted the stats. Because instead of it being 170 and 30, now it's 170 and 50. This is an example of a combo which is completely fine. But if we look at, for example, Hit, right? Maybe you won't be running Hit too much because he's dodge or die. But then again, dodge or die is better than just straight up die, right? Because you can't tank. Look at this combination. Universe 6 Rapid Growth or Accelerated Battle. He actually does include Wrathful Broly because rapid growth super bosses, so it's pretty cool. New Broly is going to be coming in. He's going to have a second team to be running, right? He just has movie bosses and super bosses, things like that. But like Universe 6, if we look at Universe 6, not only this guy wants a full Universe 6 team because or at least 3 allies so he can get his scouter. But if we look at Universe 6, the characters that you're going to be running here, like Caulifla is one of them. Maybe this Int Caulifla, maybe this Tech Kale, Tech Kale and Caulifla. Like these units, they're just going to get cut up, right? You give them dodge and they'll be good. But for the most part, this isn't really a good team, right? This is not what we call a good team. The hitters are really going to be on accelerated battle. Rapid growth, let's take a look at rapid growth actually. Yeah, like there's not much here either. Like you look, there's Super Trunks. You think he's good? Look at accelerated battle, right? Let's take a look at accelerated battle. So there's some stuff here. Glorio's here. We've got Gogeta. You got this guy, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. We got GDC Goku. Got Rose Masu, Tech Vegito, AGL Super Saiyan 4, Goku and Frieza, AGL Gogeta. Super Saiyan 4s are here. Maybe this guy would easy. I don't know if he's going to easy at the celebration. Maybe not. We'll talk about him later. But you've got some more stuff in here, Tech Blue Kaioken, who you're probably not running. Once again we get the staples. Tech Kefla in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So the units you're going to be running with him, they fit under his first leader skill of 170. But if we look at this, tournament participants, super bosses, only some of them fit under tournament participants, but none of them fit under super bosses, right? You think any of the fusions are super bosses? So you end up with a team where, yeah, you can get the 200% HP, but you only end up with the 170% to stats. I think what they should have done is keep this the same. If they, it's not like we're going to go past 220 because that's the new meta. But what they should have done is they should have kept it the 180 should be what this should be, and then this should be 40. Just because for a team like this, where not every character you're going to be running, which fits under the full leader skill, is good, if you're just running fusions, which just fit under accelerated battle, they miss out on this here. Obviously Keflers are going to hit this. They're going to hit this as well. There are some other characters, I think, like Rapid Growth. So there's some stuff that you can fit under this. But for the most part, unless you want to be dying every 2 seconds, you're just going to be running him with the fusions, right? You're going to be running him with the good characters. But the good characters right now aren't all TP. They're not all SB, right? So they miss out on the 50% or 100% if you're doing double hit. Whereas if we had 180 and 40, this first leader skill would be a lot more serviceable for those that don't fit under these two here. That's the first half. That's really what I want to talk about. The second half that I have a problem with is going to be Easy A leader skills. Now, the 7th anniversary, I don't know why I did that. The 7th anniversary LRs set the new standard for what is going to be 200% leaders moving forward. So they have the 170 and then they have the 30. Now, if I pull up the gods as well, this is an example of like, okay, it's fine. It works for them. Fused Fighters, Kamehameha, GT Heroes, Kamehameha, any Super Saiyan 4 Goku, right? Any Gogeta, Vegito that does the Kamehameha, or at least most Super Saiyan 4 Gokus, not the Dragon Fist one. I don't think the tech one is on Kamehameha. Honestly, we need an LR of this guy. But no, he doesn't have Kamehameha. He does do the Kamehamehas in SSR, but because he doesn't do it as a TUR and units don't lose categories, he doesn't actually have the category because he doesn't do the super attack. If he had a counter, wait, he does have a counter. Wait, does he? Does he have Kamehameha? No, he doesn't. Yeah, so I don't know what he does for this. Maybe it's like a kick or something. But the point is that when you have a leader skill like this, Fused Fighters Kamehameha, it works, right? When you have Power Beyond Super Saiyan Movie Heroes Kamehameha, Movie Heroes isn't in the greatest spot. They've given us some stuff, right? New Gogeta, Tech Gohan. Take a look at Movie Heroes. We've got a bunch of stuff here. Like, Movie Heroes is on the rise, so keep your eyes peeled. We've got some upcoming Easy A's maybe as well. We've got AGL Gogeta right there. These two, they're a leader. They could Easy A, hopefully sometime soon. There's Carnival Goku Tech. There's some more stuff that maybe we could see. Next year, God Goku's probably going to Easy A. We have, Kid Goku right there. We've got some fringe use cases. You can use them, right? PyCon's here as well. Maybe we could get like, Tech, this guy here. Tech Super Saiyan 3 Goku Angel Super Easy A sometime soon, maybe. Int Super Gogeta, he could Super Easy A, maybe sometime soon, who knows. Although if I look at his leader skill, he's a 120%, yeah. I don't really know what order they're going in. I'm trying to make it sound like I do, but really I don't. But the point is that they're always going to be buffing Power Beyond Super Saiyan. They're always going to be buffing movie heroes. They're always going to be bringing out the fused fighters that fit under this. So most of the characters you're going to be running with these units, they're going to be fine, right? The same with these guys, they're going to be fine. But the problem arises when we get to different 200% leaders. The example I like to use would be physical Kid Goku or Pan. So if we go here, we go to youth, because they're both on youth, right? Here we have our youth leader, but then if we actually pull up Tech Pan, right? So Bond of Friendship or Dragon Ball Seekers, and then GT Heroes, right? If we look at Bond of Friendship, it's like you might be thinking they have too many leaders. Maybe. Chi-Lai just turned into one, 150%. This is a category where it's like, this is one of the ones they don't directly buff, but it just so happens that a new Goku tag unit's on there. New Goten and Trunks is on there. New Tien is on there. Kalen Caulifla's on there. You know, another Goku tag unit. So they include a Goku and they're on Bond of Friendship, but it's not like it gets a new leader skill every 2 seconds. Although Chi-Lai did become a new leader. Not a real one though. But it's like, this team could use a new leader. This is very fixable just by dropping a new unit, right? But knowing that they're just gonna give Pan 1 key, when a team like this isn't looking for 1 key, what we're looking for is something like, 180 and 20. I don't know, like if they want to keep it 200%, just keep it at 200%. We don't have to go to 210 if they really don't want to. But I feel like swapping this and making the second part lower and increasing the first part would be better. Because unlike with the Fused Fighters Kamehameha, not every character you're going to be running Bond of Friendship is going to be GT heroes. We did get a few GT heroes buffs, like STR Super Saiyan 4 Goku. But like, look at this, Kid Goku's on her team. Although this isn't the team leader's dead right now, but like they revive her with an easy A. We've got some stuff here, but like this GDC Goku, he's not GT heroes. Tien's not GT heroes, nor are the High Bros, nor Kalen Caulifla. Super Saiyan 4 Goku is dead and buried. This GT Goku is this Super Saiyan 3. This Tech Vegito isn't. So you can see there's like a lot of characters here that you could use. Broly, Chi-Lai, and Lemo, they aren't GT heroes. UI, he's not GT heroes. Goten and Trunks, they're not GT heroes. Pan, STR Pan is. You got Physical Pan that's there. But like you look at this Tech KO, Int Caulifla, I'm just naming off units that you could maybe use. Some of them you really can't because they got like restrictions. Chi-Lai, she's not GT heroes. So like a team like this, you're only going to be hitting the 170. And to me, it just doesn't feel like it's enough. Another example could be Kid Goku. He leads Exploding Rage. If you look at Exploding Rage, it's not really like, once again, maybe they have too many leaders. I don't know. It's not looking too good. Because they're going to be dropping a new Wrathful Broly who leads Exploding Rage. And it's just got me thinking, like, they could have kept this at 200%, but adding 10 to this and removing 10, 180 and 20, it doesn't have to be 170 and 30, because if we're dropping a Wrathful Broly, if you don't have the Exploding Rage, if you don't pull him, who's you using as a leader? You could obviously use this Kid Goku, but 170% baseline, like I feel like we should move past that at this point. Just for this first set, because this is the big category, right? You're looking at Exploding Rage here. I didn't mean to close it. But like we're looking at Exploding Rage, the team you're going to be using, right? Maybe Kid Goku makes the cut as well. So like you have Wrathful Broly, you get Kid Goku, you get this guy as well. Tech Broly, you can get some other characters like Beast Gohan, GDC Goku, Kalen Caulifla. This STR LR Broly is going to get an easy A. Full Power Frieza's in there, Tech Gohan. So it's like it's a mixed match team of Super and Extreme. There's some stuff that you can bring in here, and you can create some kind of team. We've got Gold Gita isn't on this team, but I mean, this is like Movie Bosses Movie Hero, so it's fine. But it's like, moving forward, I really think they should have, obviously they're going to keep it at 200% because that's what the thing is going to do. But the Key Plus One is useful, but it feels like a little bit of a troll to me, because they could have easily done so many things, right? I really do think they should have made it 180, just as baseline, because this guy, instead of him being a 5th, 6th option on the team because you need a Rainbow Orb Changer, suddenly they make it 180, and it's like you're looking at him like, okay, we could run him as a leader, right? It's only 180%, but we're not missing out on as much, right? 10% to stats makes all the difference. Plus, he's a really good unit, right? This guy, three orbs or 1 orb as the 3rd attacker, you get defense plus 159%. With every Rainbow Key Sphere, he gets crit chance and damage reduction. 7 Key Spheres or 5 in the third attacker of the turn. Nice support, 8%, and then 10%, and then 8% attack and defense for 2 turns. So this guy's a really good unit that you can just throw on any single team because he doesn't really have any problems. And he supports all 3 categories. Pretty good. Ooh. Let me quickly take a look at something, because I'm pretty sure if I look at Anine, let me go to DB Saga. There she is. She not DB Saga? Oh no, because she's how stupid is that, right? How dumb is that? It makes sense, but she is from the filler, right? Goku and Chi-Chi, when they get married, they find the Bancho fan. I do remember this kind of stuff. I think I kind of remember. I haven't watched it in years, right? But I remember she is from like she like gives them like stuff to eat, and Goku's like, I'm not hungry. There's like, you can find like clips on YouTube, things like that. But if we look at this, so we look at this. So she's supporting all of these. I'm not sure if Goku, like, if the support hits all 3 like this, or if it's you have to be on all 3 to get the support. I'm not sure. Doesn't really matter anyway. But I just wanted to go on a little bit of a rant about how I feel like they've kind of fumbled, because like the Key Plus One is good, but like even if they want to keep it 200%, because it's still good, just making this, increase this by 10%, decrease this by 10%, and suddenly things are looking a little bit different. Another thing I could talk about is that in terms of bond of friendship, like, they dropped Chile with a really good easy A, but like, look at this: 0 teams. Peppy Gals dead, Space Traveling Warriors dead, bond of friendship dead, right? So what I think I prefer Yellow Coin leader skills over Carnival leader skills, because you cannot have a leader skill which is like this, right? A good Carnival leader skill would be movie heroes, Super Saiyans, stuffs that were gonna get buffs outside of one single celebration, right? Universe 6 is like, unless they're dropping specifically Universe 6 characters, they're not gonna do that, right? But if they're dropping a Gogeta, he might be Super Saiyan, like, Carnival leader skills should be huge categories, is what I'm trying to say. Like, they drop a Rose, and he's not helping Caulifla here, but they drop a Kefla, and she's helping both of those teams. It's like, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, you can't have a niche category be a carnival leader skill. It has to be, even like Super Bosses isn't exactly in the best spot either, but it's, you know, it's way better than Universe 6. But like, this is like an overarching category. We get a new Jiren, and he's on there, right? We get a new Wrathful Broly, he's on there. But like, we get a new Wrathful Broly, and this leader skill, it goes nowhere, you know? It goes nowhere. That's what I think. This character, making the choice of Universe 6 as a carnival skill was absolutely terrible. What they should have done, they should have made them Yellow Coin, and they should have made them Universe 6 or Bond of Friendship. Because Bond of Friendship, once again, it's not one they directly buff all the time, but it's going to get buffed throughout, right? They're always going to be dropping a new Goku. Goku's a Bond of Friendship. You know, we just got the High Bros who are also Bond of Friendship. So it's like, this character isn't restricted at all. The only thing you need to do is to force them in slot 1 whenever this happens, right? Whenever this happens, they have to go in slot 1 to get their ability. Plus, it's a Kale and Caulifla unit. Like, Bond of Friendship is like their whole thing, right? It would have made sense. And like, look at it, two tabs open. And like, if we look at the Yellow Coin LRs, it wouldn't even be that bad, right? Because Pycon, TN, they're not like super duper restricted. Other World Warriors are tournament participants. If you don't have those, you lose out on this, which is huge. But it's not like you're not going to be running him with these type of characters anyway. Hit, he has a few links with him. 5, look at this, 5 out of 7. He's tournament participants, so Hit fulfills that condition. If we go to TN, right, he's not restricted in terms of any allies or anything like that. He's just restricted in like second or third attacker, so like locking can screw him over. But like, he's a really good character. This final trump card or Earthling, where it's like, okay, Earthling isn't really such a great category, but final trump card, now we're talking. What they could have done, they could have done like a Universe 6, which is like, okay, but then Bond of Friendship, and suddenly we're future proofing it because we give Chilai a leader skill. What do you think? It's just something like that, right? Also, this character here should have led Exploding Rage. It wouldn't have gotten the Wrathful Broly under their Bond of Parent-Child or Final Trump card. But I feel like just having an extra leader, they knew they were going to drop a Broly who leads Exploding Rage. And these guys just so happens to have an open spot for their third leader skill, which for some reason they keep not doing sometimes. I don't know why. Kind of went on a huge rant. But yeah, I just feel like they kind of fumbled with the 170%. They should have made them 180 and 40 just for characters that don't fit the full leader skill to be able to handle business a little bit better. But that's it. Thanks for watching. I said I would go back to Carnival Goku and I completely forgot. But what I'm trying to say with Carnival Goku is they haven't easy-A'd any Carnival units yet. But the thing that makes me not worried is that this is just a flat 200%. Yeah, it's one category, but every unit is going to be under this leader skill, right? Unlike the units where it's like sometimes, the Super Saiyan 4s, right? Sometimes you're going to get a lot of units that have the Kamehameha Fused Fighters combos, like Super Saiyan 4 Gogetas. But then sometimes you're not, like if we get a new Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. This guy, you put him in the leader slot, they could give him Ki +1, it doesn't matter, because 200%, it's fine. It's not the greatest, it's not 220, not 250 to HP, but it is fine, because every unit on the team is going to be under the leader skill. They're going to get the full leader skill, and that's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I just wanted to include this guy. Hopefully he easy A's sometime soon, maybe for your anniversary. I don't know. Because it's a really fun unit. It's just a really cool unit. But that's it. I'll see you in the next one.